नाही अजून तर आलं काय भेटले मला हो होतील त्या just respond. अरे भाई हो रहा है अच्छी नहीं कर सकता चांगली beginning of you will call it तो असतं सगळं even if you don't mind so you tell me म्हणून मी लिहून बोलून घ्या माझा.
Well, yes, are capable to become successful in their lives, but then our individual responsibility as an educational institute doesn't end here. It actually begins here. And we have to take our responsibility to a next step and try and create a nation which is stronger, better than what it is today. And in order to take this particular endeavor to the next level, MIT-WPU University, under the aegis of its flagship institute, MIT School of Government, has created numerous platforms which would actually give a different kind of opportunity to the students to interact to a completely different level. Of course, students are the prime focus of MIT-WPU University. But then when we talk about education, when we talk about academics, it's not just students that we have focus on. There are so many other parameters which will help the nation to go ahead. And you, the UPSC aspiring candidates, are going to build this nation for the generations to come. So, I would like to introduce you to a very, very special initiative of MIT-WPU University and MIT School of Government. There is a small story behind it. There is a small motivation behind it. I have to tell you that first, we created one platform that is called Bharatiya Chhatra Sansad, or Indian Students' Parliament. Indian Students' Parliament is a concept that was created with the thought that there is a gap between young India and Indian government machinery. Young India actually doesn't like politics from the bottom of their heart. They don't have inherent interest about political process, political systems, and especially politicians. Politicians are always seen from a completely different angle in our country. When we were kids, हम जब छोटे होते हैं और घर में चर्चा होगी कि बड़ा के क्या बनोगे, बहुत ही कम घर ऐसे होंगे जहाँ पे बच्चे बोलते हैं कि मैं बड़ा बन के politician बनूंगा. Why this is happening? Have we lost the glory of a politician? Because this is the country which has created so many world-famous politicians. But then what has happened today? Have we completely lost faith on Indian political system? Have we completely lost faith on Indian politicians? And if this continues, I'm sorry to say, I really don't know where India will go. And hence, with this particular thought, we thought of minimizing this gap between young India and political India. This particular thought translated into Indian Students' Parliament, or Bharatiya Chhatra Sansad, as popularly known, or BCS. And in this BCS, we keep inviting politicians to discuss on current trends and issues. This particular platform gives an opportunity to the students to actually stand in front of central politicians, that means I mean to say ministers, minister of states, chief minister of different states, students, young students from every corner of the nation, they come. They stand in front of the politician, the lead, when the sample size is not restricted to cities or educated women. When we talk about a larger picture, we will come to know that yes, there is still, unfortunately, need to talk about women empowerment in India. Of course, there could be dispute, but then this gave rise to an entirely new concept of National Women's Parliament. And we have already witnessed the first gathering of National Women's Parliament in Amaravati. And to make you more aware, tell you more about National Women's Parliament, my words won't be sufficient. I would request my technical team to help me by showing you a film that what exactly National Women's Parliament is. I would request my technical team to kindly relay a film on National Women's Parliament.
Political leadership is very, very important for this great nation. I am very happy the performance what they are doing here. Our Amaravati, I wanted to have one similar institute or better institute, not only for Andhra Pradesh, for India and also this part of the world.
National Women's Parliament, NWP, is a politically neutral platform for women across regions, religions, caste, culture, class, rural-urban backgrounds, and from diverse fields like politics, social sector, education, sports, industry, media, cinema, arts and culture, judiciary, and so on. It is for young aspiring students to stage their experiences, share knowledge, and research in the area of women's social, economic, and political empowerment.
And I strongly believe that a woman is a full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture and destroy. But sadly, we are a part of a patriarchal society where a man apologizes for his weaknesses and a woman for her strength.
जब है नारी में शक्ति सारी, तो फिर क्यों कहे नारी को बेचारी?
NWP aims to create a better and conducive environment for women empowerment and nation building. First National Women's Parliament was a 3-day national conclave held at Amaravati, Andhra Pradesh on 10th, 11th and 12th of February 2017. It was attended by nearly 12,000 motivated girl student leaders who had participated from across the nation to establish direct connect with the policymakers, leaders and other women of eminence and deliberated about grassroots challenges being faced by young women in India. The parliament was graced by more than 400 women members of legislative assemblies and nearly 90 women members of Parliament of India. Several eminent women from all walks of life interacted and deliberated with them. By a conscious deliberation between Shri Rahul V. Karar, founder and convener of Bharatiya Chhatra Sansad, and Dr. Kadela Shiv Prasad Rao, Honorable Speaker of Legislative Assembly, Andhra Pradesh, the seed thought of National Women's Parliament was conceived. The concept was well supported and guided by Honorable Chief Minister of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu. 3 days of National Women's Parliament was thoughtfully divided in 5 different sessions with different topics to discuss. Socio-political challenges in women empowerment, women's status and decision-making power, be your own hero, building own identity and vision of the future, women in politics, change makers in global scenario.
I think it's very appropriate that you're starting the process of building a new state by beginning this National Women's Parliament.
We had that conference You can say that was 2G, 3G something. And here, your CM, Chandrababu Naidu ji, our Kodela Prasad Rao, and with help of Rahul Karad, you have gone ahead, including these students, and you have gone to 4G, 5G something, like you are a technoman.
Mother, whether it is daughter, whether it is sister, whether it is daughter-in-law, whether it is mother-in-law, all are women only. So we have to understand the importance of women.
The majority of the nation's leaders eventually taken by female or world may become more safer, more peaceful.
Men deciding the backbone of the family. They are actually the foundation of the state. And it has been stated here by many speakers.
You know, Rahul Karad and his father has done such great initiative, and Chandrababu Garu has this uniqueness with him that he always picks the best thing. Wherever anything wonderful is happening, he'll be the first one to take that initiative. So I congratulate him for taking this initiative for women empowerment.
It is one idea. When I went to Rahul Karad Institute in Pune, that MIT, then we got an idea, why can't we have National Women's Parliament? Then I asked him to come, we had discussed, and then our Honorable Speaker has rightly agreed, this is a very good thing, we will host in Amaravati. That is how this idea today inspired millions of women, millions of people all over the world. I am very happy and very proud of it.
बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि हमारे साथ बहुत अच्छे स्पीकर्स बैठे हैं, बहुत बड़े बड़े लीडर्स बैठे हैं और आज मैं उन सबके साथ में हूँ और सब लोग मुझे सुन रहे हैं और सुनना चाहते हैं. बहुत खुशी है यहाँ पे आके.
We are city or the leaders, all of us, we are willing to support you. We want to do a good in your life. You don't have to necessarily come into politics, but whichever stream of line you select, whichever stream of line you want to work in, we are willing to help you, mentor you and guide you.
Maharashtra Institute of Technology, a famous institute in Pune, Mr. Rahul Karad, Sri Vishwanath Karad and the team of technocrats, all faculty members, they participated in this conference, made this conference a success.
This conference will not become a Vijayawada or Amravati conference, but this Amravati, the only capital in India which is evolving in the vastness of nation, will give a light to all the world about the women empowerment.
Rahul Karad, the MIT, whom I worked for us decades, because of him this event has come here. All collectively.
Our rural women are equally empowered and they are in the process of gaining economic, social and political empowerment.
Women belonging to the underprivileged sections of the society have become the fulcrum of economic growth in the state.
If you have more women on decision-making chairs, on policy changing and making chairs, what kind of a parliament we will have, what kind of a government we will have.
Government for the people necessary has to have an element of policies pertaining to women.
We have a responsibility to be citizens of the world.
I want men to take up mantle so their daughters, their sisters, mothers can be free from prejudice. In fact, the basic responsibility of women empowerment lies in us, the men. And I appeal to all the men in this gathering, please take this upon us on a mission mode.
We think that women's economic empowerment and social empowerment will help you to claim your spaces and defend your voices.
It is the existence of women which is giving color and thus recognition to the concept of universe.
Don't give up. Don't forget that there are several people who need your help.
एक महिला
एक घर को अच्छे चलाते हैं तो हम समाज को क्यों नहीं?
He was on right. He was on hero or was on heroine.
How we grow, how we develop ourselves, and how we take our journey forward in contributing to the society.
వెళతారని మన గౌరవనీయులైనటువంటి ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు భరోసా ఇచ్చి ఉన్నారు.
Today, it is something which is very, very remarkable and very, very significant, and for the others to follow our state of Andhra Pradesh to conduct this sort of conferences for women all over the country.
मैं आप सबको हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं देती हूँ. राहुल कराड़ जी का भी धन्यवाद करती हूँ कि जिन्होंने यहाँ पर इतना बड़ा कार्यक्रम आयोजन करने में आंध्र प्रदेश सरकार की मदद की. मैं राहुल कराड़ जी को कहना चाहूँगी, दिल्ली के स्पीकर श्री रामदास गोयल हमारे बीच में, आपसे भी निवेदन करूंगी, अगर इस तरह महिलाओं ताकत शक्ति ने का इसी तरह कार्यक्रम दिल्ली में भी सके तो मुझे पूरी उम्मीद है श्री अरविंद केजरीवाल जी और आम आदमी पार्टी को इसमें बेहद खुशी होगी.
Future is going to walk from this holy soil of Amravati.
Since your education has completely destroyed you, so forget about that education. That's not the right education for you.
Every successful man has a woman making him successful.
मैं उम्मीद करती हूँ कि इस संसद की मीठी आवाज से भारत और विश्व में महिला सशक्तिकरण होगा. इस संसद की सफलता के लिए मेरी बहुत बहुत शुभकामनाएं.
I just wish I could be there with all of you. So congratulations to you, Chief Minister Naidu, and your team for bringing this awesome event to life.
Along with the main function, a special event with the theme Run for Women Empowerment was organized from Swaraj Maidan, which was inaugurated by youth icon Ms. P.V. Sindhu. Young student leaders participated in the run with a lot of zeal and enthusiasm. A unique concept of Youth Connect to strengthen communication among the participants was also executed on first and second day of the Parliament. Participants exchanged their views and thoughts in a close group, increasing the bonding between them. With the success of the first National Women's Parliament, now young women leaders are eagerly waiting for the second Parliament next year.
I think National Women's Parliament deserves a big round of applause. A step toward strengthening the women of this nation. I'm sure National Women's Parliament will reach new horizons and will tap every human heart on this planet. It's a difficult ambition, I know, wherein the temperament of every individual in the society needs to be changed, altered to achieve the women empowerment in our dreams. Well, as you all might have noticed in this particular film, that the seed thought of National Women's Parliament was sown in Indian Students' Parliament. भारतीय छात्र संसद जिसने नेशनल वुमेन्स पार्लियामेंट की कॉन्सेप्ट को जन्म दिया, उसी तरह से भारतीय छात्र संसद के मंच ने एक और संकल्पना को जन्म दिया, और वो है नेशनल टीचर्स कांग्रेस. Because India has legacy of teachers transforming nation, and it started long back in the times of Arya Chanakya, where a teacher brought together for the first time entire nation and created for the very first time the concept of Akhand Bharat. So the teachers have the potential to transform the nation. But then when we were talking and addressing the issues of the students, there was a seed thought that came that yes, we will have to tap the hearts of the teachers of this nation. We'll have to revive the ancient tradition of taking into consideration the teachers and their aspirations, because they are those who are going to transform, or rather, teachers are the people, those who have the capacity, the capability of transforming entire generation and many generations successively. So, this created the platform of National Teachers Congress. Similarly, like National Women's Parliament, I would request my technical team to quickly relay a film on National Teachers Congress. If there are any technical difficulties, please let me know. Okay, please go ahead.
spirit of National Teacher Congress is very simple, that we in our Indian ethos, in values, we say Matru Devo Bhava, Pitru Devo Bhava, Acharya Devo Bhava, Atithi Devo Bhava.
MIT का बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन करना चाहता हूँ कि एक बड़ा ही अच्छा शिक्षकों का ये सम्मेलन नेशनल टीचर्स कांग्रेस, इसका आयोजन MIT ने यहाँ पर किया। आप कमाल करती नहीं, आप समाज को निर्माण करने वाले, समाज का निर्माण करने वाली व्यवस्था है, उस ऐसी व्यवस्था का भाग है जो व्यवस्था इस देश को तैयार करती है।
This platform becomes a more permanent feature to sustain the importance of role of teachers in transformation of our society.
I am enthralled because for the first time, perhaps in India, Rahul and his MIT has organized Teachers Congress, and that too in Pune.
For me, it is always a privilege to acknowledge the gurus who have shaped my career and who have shaped many careers in our industry. We have great product for Industry 4.4. प्रकार और अध्यापक ये दोनों एक ही हैं।
दुनिया का आज का स्थिति जो भी है, उसको रास्ता दिखाने का दायित्व मेरी भारत माता की तरफ है।
Do we really love our students? Important knowledge is important, information is important, competence in our subject is important. Do we actually love our students more than our children? More than anything else?
The greatest pleasure for a teacher is to see the student reach great heights.
From a young age, we need to start having students work in teams, to do projects, to discover things for themselves.
Education does not mean knowledge gyan only. It contains a life in it.
Today, it is the outcome of present education system. We want to change the
existing system, we should analyze the outcome of the present education system.
Do something for your country. This is a great country. It needs you, it needs your Indianness.
Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education.
We have big role and responsibility to educate a nation to be ready for fast changing globe, and for this value-based education is the best way out.
इससे पहले कि सांस ढले सब और अंधेरा छा जाए तो खुद को इतना रोशन कर कि सूरज घबरा जाए.
साधारण संस्कार बगरने और संस्कार रूपे बगरने. Unless a Shah excellent, he not do a fulfillment of a good.
Without education, no development can take place, and that has not taken place anywhere in the world.
Telling the truth is important, but more important than that is telling the truth which is in the best interest of the country and the society at large, regardless of how unpleasant it is.
I'm very happy and grateful also to be here in this first National Teaching Conference.
How might you learn to think? Are you transmitting knowledge? Or are you igniting a mind? Or are you building a nation? Or are you bringing about transformation? That's up to you.
I believe a lot to be gained by using those classical ancient terms.
We need teachers who will give this new type of education to the students.
हर आदमी कभी छात्र रहा होगा, मगर हिंदुस्तान की तहजीब में कहा जाता है कि इल्म लेने और इल्म देने की उम्र कभी ख़त्म नहीं होती. माँ की गोद से लेके अर्थी की गोद तक इल्म लेते रहो और इल्म देते रहो, यही हमारा हिंदुस्तानी धर्म है.
In the process of teaching, we are learning.
Teachers ranking to roll out next year, says the CM.
We have come up with national ranking in form of NIRF from last year.
I'm sure with conferences and congress like this, the day is not so far when we are all going to see a better tomorrow.
सत्य, शिव, सौंदर्य और मांगल्य की उपासना शिक्षा क्षेत्र से ही होगी.
Yes, for us, we think that there is lack of political will.
डिग्री किसी बच्चे के हाथ में दी जा रही है और द नॉलेज बच्चे के पास है, दोनों कम से कम बराबर होना चाहिए.
We have lost in knowledge. Where is the knowledge? We have lost in information. I am tempted to add to what Eliot had said. Where is that information which we have lost in the examination?
I'm a teacher, an educator, a motivator, and an inspirator.
Currently, teaching learning process is unable to satisfy.
This is a momentous time. The next 2 to 3 decades are extraordinarily powerful opportunities for us as teachers to transform.
अरे झुकता तो वही है जिसमें जान होती है. झुकता तो वही है जिसमें जान होती है, और आकड़ना ये मुर्दे की पहचान होती है. आकड़ता तो मुर्दे.
We, the participant teachers of the first National Teachers Congress, hereby pledge that we will consciously keep our surroundings tidy and neat. We will not litter and make cleanliness an integral part of our lives.
I must congratulate you because this is the campus where every member of your MIT family enjoys the resonance of Hey Vishwaji Maje Ghara.
To nurture the 21st century learning
spirit in the minds and hearts of the students.
Friends, let's remember that this year, when the annual budget was proposed and presented, there is an increase in educational budget.
India is all about oneness. It's home, it's a mother of all the other countries. That's perception.
All teaching community will agree that there has to be expenditure on education.
If GER is less than 5% for certain strata of society, it means that 95% of that population, that strata of society, do not even have access to higher education.
You all know that we have an app framework which is recently developed for the ranking of various institutions, private institutions and the government institutions. But in the whole world, Honorable Chief Minister, there is no ranking for the teachers. Like somebody is, for example, Dr. Ujundar sir is a botany teacher. So can we have a ranking at the national level? That in the botany from first to top, these are the 3,000 people in botany. These are the applied thermodynamics teachers from first to 1,000. So likewise, I think from Maharashtra, that some such thought process, if it can begin from the Maharashtra, and some such responsibility, if we can bestow on a person like the most respected Dr. Mashelkar sir, we can develop a very wonderful framework, which even US do not have, does not have, or any other European country do not have. So we can make such framework. So I just thought of sharing this thought.
I think this is a wonderful idea. My only concern is everybody should agree.
Well, I'm sorry, but we'll have to cut this film a little short, because I think we should now go ahead, move on to the important part of this particular session. As you all know, that this 9th national level felicitation ceremony is divided into 3 parts. Right now, we are witnessing the first part of it, and wherein All India Rank 1, Ms. Nandini K.R. and All India Rank 3, Mr. Rananki Gopal Krishna, would interact with you, answer your questions, and guide you, and probably help you achieve the success that they have achieved today. So this will mark the first part of it, which would be followed by the second part of the important felicitations, and third will be on MIT-WPU campus in St. Ganeshwar Hall, which will start at 1500 hours sharp. So you all should be there as well for the plenary discussion. But let us begin with the first part of this particular function, and in order to do that, I would request the Registrar of Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, and Director of MIT School of Business, Group Captain D.P. Apte sir, Head of MIT Civil Services Training Institute, Professor S.B. Dharmapatre sir, Principal of Midsom College, Dr. R.M. Chitnis sir, Associate Director of MIT School of Government, Professor Dr. Shaileshri Haridas Madam, to kindly come up stage, please. And also, All India Rank 3, Mr. Rananki Gopal Krishna. Please put your hands together and welcome all the dignitaries on the dais, along with All India Rank 3. I think the applause should be bigger than this, isn't it? Thank you. We will now begin with the first and the most important part of understanding the success mantra of All India Rankers. But to introduce all of us to today's event and the basic concept of national level felicitation ceremony, I would request the head of MIT Civil Services Training Institute, Professor S.B. Dharmapatre sir, to kindly give a brief introduction.
Good morning to all of you. I welcome all the aspirants and rank number 2, Shri Gopal Krishna Rananki, all the directors and principals of MIT Group of Institutions and MIT World Peace University, staff, students, and my friends. Today, we have gathered in this August hall for 9th UPSC Felicitation ceremony. I congratulate the toppers and qualifiers for their brilliant success in civil services examinations 2016. It is an excellent opportunity for the UPSC aspirants and the students to interact with the toppers and listen them about their methodology to make a success in civil services examinations. MIT School of Government is the first institution in India and Asia dedicated to providing training for a career in political and social leadership. MITSOG is committed to the cause of building a strong political leadership across levels and across parties. MIT Civil Services Training Institute is established to train the aspirants not only for UPSC and MPSC, but also to nurture in them a sense of national pride, democratic values, empathy for common people, and commitment to uphold high standards of integrity, work ethic, and administrative qualities. Along with the regular coaching, more emphasis is given on the personality development and to inculcate social values among the students. MIT Civil Services Training Institute is blessed by N. Gopalaswamy, former Chief Election Commissioner of India, as Chairman of Governing Council, and other respected dignitaries in the Governing Council to guide functioning of MIT CST. It's our fortune today that great social crusader, Padma Bhushan Shri Annaji Hazare, who led the Jan Lokpal movement against corruption, is present here to felicitate the qualifiers. Annaji Hazare and other eminent dignitaries on the dais are true inspirations for all of us, and especially for the qualifiers who are entering into the administration. पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री अटल बिहारी वाजपेयी जी की कुछ काव्य पंक्तियां मैं यहाँ बताना चाहता हूँ। आदमी को चाहिए कि वह जूझे, आदमी को चाहिए कि वह जूझे, परिस्थितियों से लड़े, एक स्वप्न टूटे तो दूसरा गढ़े, किंतु कितना भी ऊंचा उठे मनुष्यता के स्तर से न गिरे, अपने धरातल को न छोड़े, अंतर्यामी से मुंह न मोड़े। मैं यहाँ उपस्थित सभी यूपीएससी सत्कारार्थियों से यह अपेक्षा करता हूँ कि आप आपके प्रशासनिक जीवन में सामान्य व्यक्तियों को न्याय देने की प्रक्रिया में कोई समझौता न करें और सामान्य व्यक्ति के जीवन का स्तर बढ़ाने के लिए प्रतिबद्ध रहे। I know all of you come here to listen and interact with UPSC toppers of Civil Services Examination 2016. I request all the toppers to share your success mantras with the aspirants and the students present in this hall and interact with them through question answers. The audience is very eager to listen to you. I welcome once again on behalf of MIT-WPU University and request Gautamji Bapa to continue the session. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. It's indeed a pleasure to have all India rank holders with us and them guiding all of you to understand how exactly they made so far. And it's really inspiring at times to understand what kind of person they are, what kind of background do they come from. And it's my honor and privilege to introduce to you All India Rank 3, Mr. Ronanki Gopal Krishna. Mr. Ronanki has been a teacher in a primary school for last 11 years. His family belongs to a small village in Srikakulam district. There was a time when 30 years old Gopal Krishna Ronanki's parents, Ronanki Appa Rao and Rukmini Amma, an agricultural laborer, often out in the fields, did not even have electricity at home or enough money to send him to a private school. His parents were so poor that they could not afford to send him to a private school. He somehow managed to get admitted to a government school and completed his intermediate course with maths, physics, chemistry at the Government Junior College, Palsa. He then did a 2-year teachers training course at West Godavari district, and he was selected as a government teacher in 2006. And getting a job was his priority, as he had to earn his own livelihood. As a secondary grade school teacher, Ronanki appeared for his graduation privately from Andhra University and completed his BSc. His dream, however, was to make to the IAS. He had been preparing for it almost a decade. And finally, he could achieve his goal in his 4th attempt. As he had done his schooling and intermediate course in Telugu medium, Ronanki chose Telugu literature as his optional in civils mains. He was also allowed by UPSC to appear for his personality test in Telugu. With the help of the Telugu interpreter, he could face his interview boldly. Ronanki's parents were not aware that of their teacher's dreams and his efforts. They say, I quote, "He didn't even have electricity at home till he completed his intermediate. All that they knew that he was a teacher." On his success, Ronanki said, he could be attributed to the hard work of his parents and not of his own. Please put your hands together and welcome Mr. Ronanki Gopal Krishna, All India Rank 3. I would request him to kindly come forward and address the gathering, which would definitely be followed by question and answers. You can speak in any language now. You have roughly 10-15 minutes.
Respected dignitaries and my dear friends, good morning to all. I feel honored to be present here today. About myself, I belong to Srikakulam district, which is one of the rural background district in Andhra Pradesh. My parents are agricultural laborers, and I have one elder brother and who is working as an assistant manager in SBI and having a younger sister. I have studied my elementary to graduation in government schools and colleges. I have done my graduation, that is BSc, MSc, Maths, Physics, Chemistry, through distance education from Andhra University. Presently, I am working as a secondary grade teacher in Andhra Pradesh state. About my civil service examination, I have been studying for the civil service from the last 11 years. Because of my entire studies in Telugu medium, I have written mains exams and faced interview in my mother tongue, Telugu only. In my view, a confident and dedicated preparation will definitely yield good results. Consistency in preparation, burning desire, and still writing and dedication towards the aim will always become a good contributor. There are 3 steps in civil service examination: preliminary, mains, and personality test. According to me, all are equally important, but the preliminary exam is toughest one. Ability to coordinate the current events with the past history will always give a good result in the preliminary exam. And also practice more series. Writing kills fetches good score in mains examination. Don't hesitate to write in your mother tongue once you are confident enough to express your thoughts in a comprehensive manner. The matter you are writing in always plays an important role than the medium of expression. The personality test is to check or test your personality only, but it is not to check your knowledge. Our knowledge is tested in preliminary as well as in main examination. So, my dear friends, please don't be afraid of personality test and be confident to face it. The civil service is not an impossible thing. It is possible only when you put sincere and dedicated efforts. Finally, I would like to tell my dear friends, please thorough with the syllabus and synchronize these current events with the syllabus. You will definitely achieve the target. Thank you, the entire team of MIT, to give such a big opportunity to express and share my views in front of the dignitaries. Jai Hind. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ronanke. Well, of course, there is huge amount of hard work that is involved, and I had a privilege to read out your bio, and I could understand that you have taken consistent efforts for a decade. I think it's commendable, and the success that you have achieved at the end of that hard work is definitely noteworthy. I think we should give him a big round of applause from the hardships that he has taken. And probably we will find ourselves in a much, much better condition than what he had for himself. Probably most of us, I'm sure, most of us would be in better shape, better condition than Mr. Ronanke. So I think we have more responsibility. And to tell you a little more about those shades of efforts, that little amount of motivation that you need to have, we have a very, very inspiring motivational speaker with us today, the Registrar of Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, Group Captain DP Apte sir. I would request him to kindly come forward and give us that small amount of motivation that is required to sustain, or that effort, sustain that hardship that is required to crack the UPSC exam. Please put your hands together and welcome Group Captain DP Apte sir.
Good morning, friends. No, it's indeed a great privilege for me to share a few thoughts with you. First of all, I must appreciate the person in front of you, third ranker. He worked for 11 years and this was his 4th attempt. What is most important quality I can find in this is perseverance. I'll tell you a small story of Winston Churchill. When the World War II was on, he went there to Oxford for delivering a lecture, for convocation lecture, and he was about to get up, and suddenly the chit came that you are required immediately in the war room. There was some major thing was happening on the war front. So he had to cut short his speech. And he had prepared already 45-minute speech, and he was well known for speaking 13 hours once he spoke in British Parliament non-stop. So he was well known for his speaking capabilities, long speeches. But now he had got a chit, immediately he had to go to war room. So he got up, and that's the shortest speech I ever heard of anybody, definitely of Winston Churchill, and most powerful speech which you should learn. And I appreciate his efforts in that direction. Winston Churchill got up and told, because at that time war was on, World War was on. He says, ladies and gentlemen, never, 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 never give up. And he sat down. Speech was 30 seconds. The clapping was almost 5 minutes. So this is what the message. This is in the war, it was a war. He says, never give up, whatever happens. So this is the live example in front of you. Don't give up, don't get disheartened. Be it your first attempt, second attempt. There's always one more time to go. Now I'll tell you what I'm a neuro-linguistic practitioner. I'll give you a very simple formula. Very simple formula you can use on yourself. Not only for cracking this UPSC exam, but any goal in your life. I'll give you a formula. Before that, I'll tell you one small story, because people like stories. Children like stories. In fact, everybody likes stories. There was an old man sitting on the hill, and there was a town under that, and he was just watching the town, the old wise person. One person comes there, and he says, before going to town, he stops there and he asks the old man, how is those people there in that town? He says, tell me from which town you are coming. So he says, I'm coming from so-and-so town. He says, well, good. How are the people in your town? That person says, oh, they're very nice and friendly and good people and to do business with, and I come here because my business was really doing well there, and therefore I wanted to expand, so I came to this town. So he says, good, you have come here. These people who are here are like that, friendly, and they will good to do business with. They really help you to any extent, and very lively people, very warm people. He goes in the town. After 1 week, he comes back. And he tells that old man, good thing you told me about this town people, because they're really good and very warm, and I could do really good business and expanded my business, and I'll again keep coming here in this town. And he leaves, goes back. The other person comes after a few days, and he says, how are the people in this town? I'm going there to do business. He says, tell me where you're coming. He says, I'm coming from so-and-so town. He says, how the people are there? He says, in our town are all notorious people, rogues and thieves, and they will not help anybody, they will steal everybody and all that. That's why I got fed up in my town and I came here to do the business, because business was not working there. So that old man tells him, good, you asked me. This town has got all people like that. They're all thieves and notorious people, and they're not really good. You should be very careful. You won't know when you'll be robbed and all that. You should be really careful in doing business with the people. He says, good. And he goes inside, does 1 week, and comes back and again tells the old man, thank you, you have told me a right thing, and really people are really bad here. I could see, and because you cautioned me, I was really careful, and I could do my business, whatever I could do. And he goes back. So that old man's students were standing behind him, and they asked him, Guruji, you are telling lies. He says, no, I don't. He says, no, one person you told me told him that is very good people in the town, and other person says they're all notorious people in the town. Town is same. How can you say that? You are lying with the people. And we thought you're guru and all. He says, no, I was not lying. He says, the world is what you think it is. The people, first person came, he was thinking the people are good, and therefore the people were good. The second person was thinking that people were not good, and therefore the people were not good. So world is what you think it is. If you think that you can crack the exam, you will. If you think that it is difficult, you will not be able to do it, you won't. I ask many people before going for interview, what are your chances of getting through? If somebody says 50-50, I tell him that you are not getting selected. Students ask me, how can you say that, and aren't you our well-wisher? I said, no, I am your well-wisher. But before entering in the hall for interview, if you are already saying 50-50, you already discounted yourself 50-50. After going there, when the question starts, what is going to happen? At least at the entry point, you should be 100. Then only there's a possibility you will come through. So I got a formula. I'm a neuro-linguistic practitioner. Work for motivating people from industry, those who are under depression, coming out of depression. Many people are suicidal attempts and taking them out. I'm working. So people say how to set goals. I have a formula on that using NLP. That has to be done by you on yourself. So you will come to know what your capability, and you have to work. You know which direction to work. Whether 3 hours you should work or 10 hours you should work is immaterial, because you know that. How to prepare, you have been told. You go to classes or whatever preparatory places, you know how much to do it. You know what to study. It's pointless asking somebody which subject I should study, because you are different, that person is different. He may say, oh, I study by reading. Other person, no, I do the practice of writing. Because he needs that way, that other person needs that way. That actually may not be fully useful for you. But what is useful for you? I'm going to give it three sutri. Okay. First, ask these questions in sequence to yourself and give a truthful answers to yourself. Not only for UPSC, any exam or any place you want to crack or any goal you want to achieve, these three will give it to different, you will give it the how to go about achieving your goal. First question is it possible? Ask yourself, is it possible? And you have to ask truthfully to yourself. If you say it is not possible or chances are 50-50 or something, you better stop studies and work on that possible answer in your mind. It's a logical question. Is it possible? What do you think about it? Is it possible? Maybe after working on that, you'll after some time say it is possible. If he could do it, if he could do it, if so could do it, it's possible me also. I am a human being, equally intelligent. So possible answers first you should get. Next question is your subconscious level question. Am I capable? That's the next question. And only you can give answer. Nobody else can give answer to this. Am I capable? You know your capability. You know your capability of getting up in the morning. You know capability of working in the late in the night. You know your capability of working 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours on the subject. You know your capability of writing. You know your capability of fluency in language. All that you know. Nobody else knows. The next question is, am I capable? If the answer is no, or doubtful, then work on that answer. Why I am not capable? Work on that. Ask questions. Why I am not capable? Who says I am not capable? Keep questioning, and after that, this capability question will be sorted out. Okay. And third one is more deeper question. Not only at subconscious level, it depends on the surrounding in which you have grown from childhood onwards. Third question is, do I deserve it? Do I deserve this? Cracking the exam. Do I deserve it? Now, deserving question comes is a much more deeper question. It comes from your childhood, how teachers have treated you, how parents have treated you, how your neighbors have treated you, or your friends have treated you. The deserving. Somebody feels, I don't deserve it. It's extremely difficult for you to crack the exam if you have conviction that I don't deserve it. So ask this question. Is it possible? Am I capable? Do I deserve it? If all the three questions answers are emphatic yes, just go and do your best. You don't need any advice. You know it already. You know how to do it, what to work, etc. Yes, coaching classes will tell you basics if you don't understand in subject something. But rest everything is with you. You know that. You've grown up. Or at least must have passed 10, 15, 20 exams in your life from first standard onwards. So you know what is to be studied and how it is to be studied. Some of you might have attempted your UPSC also. So you are very clear what is there in that. You are not novice also. So it's only three questions. Focus on these three questions. Today itself, ask yourself quietly, sitting at your home, is it possible? Am I capable? And do I deserve it? If any answer is doubtful, work on that answer, asking questions, why not? If he is there, why not me? And you will get your answers. So with that, I'll leave it to you ponder on this particular thing. And these questions come to everybody's mind for any question, these exams. And then leave it to you. Your subconscious knows. And many people say time management. I tell the people, I gave you 1 hour extra in your life every day. Instead of 24 hours, your day will be 25 hours. And actually, whosoever I told him this technique, they came back to tell me, yes, sir, we have got actually 1 hour extra. I don't know from where it came. Then I said, if you want one more, I can give you one more. And I can continue. Because your subconscious is extremely powerful. You can't even imagine the power of subconscious. Remember, you can do 48 hours work in 24 hours. That is your subconscious power. We don't use subconscious power. And that's why subconscious keeps, when your conscious mind is very limited, when you're listening, talking, this, etc., thinking. Subconscious is doing your digestion, subconscious is doing blood circle, conscious